Okay, I'm at this old church property here in town, not 5 minutes from where I live actually, and been meaning to drop by here and see if I can get permission. On a Sunday afternoon, and the pastor was still here, so I popped into his office. He says, yeah, absolutely, great guy. And he said, you're welcome to it. So I came out here. They're just about getting ready to sod this area here, so I thought I'd better get here before they do that. And yeah, we had a great chat, and he said, go ahead, go for it. And I could even go down there to that grassed property and more on the other side there. So there's lots of digging to do in a very historical area. But I've found a couple modern pennies so far, just in this little section over here. Then I found this. Now, no idea, let me get you in the light here. No idea what that is. Sorry about the wind. But it's got a nice design on it. Looks like some kind of a badge plate that went on something. You can see the two sort of, I guess, what would you call them? Flanges or whatever, that would allow this to be nailed onto something. A decorative item for sure. It's not very heavy, but I'll do some research on that and see if that design actually means anything. So there's history here. I know there was some square-headed nails they found here when they were digging up the grass. In fact, I eyeballed one right here just now. Look at that. It's not square, but it's one of those what do you call it? Rose head nails. And the stem of it is square. So yeah, there's history here for sure. I'll show you what else I got. So this was ringing up in the mid-50s, like a poor quality tone, but it was steady. None of the feeling is some things just want to be found. I couldn't pass it up. It was only like an inch down, so it had been stirred up by the recent activities here on this ground. But that's definitely, 100 years old, I'm going to say. It's got that distinctive pattern on it. And yeah, it was probably tossed around in the dirt here for quite a while. It's missing the very end of the handle, but nevertheless, great find, and nice patina on it too, nice colors. So I'm going to keep digging here because there's definitely old stuff, and it could take me the better part of next week to get through all of this, so lots of fun to be had. Okay, there's a theory among metal detectorists that red ants are attracted to silver. And I got a beautiful signal here, and look at all those red ants. I'm not going to put my bare hand down there, that's for sure, but there's a signal right there. And yeah, it came in the low 90s, so I'm going to try and dance my way around these ants so they don't get in my pants, and see what I get. It's not silver, at least I don't think it is. Might be off of an old door or cabinet or something. Not exactly sure. But that's what was in the hole with all those ants. I'll clean it off, see if there's any kind of design on it. I don't think so. But yeah, I'll show you more in the wrap-up if I can find out what this is. And any comments would be most welcome. Okay, so this is cool. I'm going to try and keep you out of the wind here. Look at this. That looks like it looks like an old skeleton key, but not sure what's going on there at the end of it. Like, what the heck is that? Could be an old clock winder? That's what I'm thinking it might be. Like a winder to an old grandfather clock or mantle clock. But how cool is that? It's got some design around there. Gonna lose focus here. I am tickled pink with that. I'll have to do some research and see if I can find something similar. That was only about 4 inches down. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh, I think I found something good. I think that's a half dime. Look at that. That was about 8 inches down. I could barely get a signal out of it. Get you out of the wind here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm going to check this out and get right back to you. Yes, Yes, I got a date. It's 1907. A 1907 half dime. I am incredibly fortunate. Sorry, I'm shaking around here. Unbelievable. 1907 half dime, guys. Front's a bit smooth, but you can sure make out the, I think it's King Edward, faces to the right. Or is that George? Yeah, it's George V, maybe. I got mixed up. Anyway, hope you can hear me above the wind, but that is incredible. I have had so much good fortune lately. The 1901 large cent, I can't even remember now. That dime, was it, what was it, 1904 maybe? But here I got, no, it was 1913. And here I got a 1907 fish scale. Unbelievable. Oh, just right beside that half dime, I pulled this out. I have no idea what it is. I know it's a quarter. It might even be modern, but it was down about the same depth, and it was like, 12 to 15 inches away from that half dime. I don't know. Mercy me. Let me clean this up. Well, guys and gals, I've just picked out a silver quarter. It was made the year before I was born, 1953. I am unbelievably fortunate and blessed to be able to dig on this property. Unbelievable. This is the first year that Queen Elizabeth, her effigy was on the Canadian coins. She had just been crowned. And there she is. I don't know what kind of shape it's in. I'll have to take it home and carefully clean it. But man, I won't like scrub it. I'll just pour water on it and rub it a little bit. Hopefully that's in good shape. It looks good. What a day. What a day. You know, there are days as a metal detectorist that you spend hours in the field. You find bottle caps, pull tabs, you might get a few modern pennies, a trinket or two. You come home and you say, I was happy and I had fun. Didn't matter if I found anything really important. Then you have days like this. Watch. I think I found a large cent to go along with that 1907 fish scale and the 1953 quarter. I haven't done anything to this yet. I just pulled it out of the hole. Look how deep that is. I was about to give up on that. I thought, it's just below the surface, and I kept digging. And I was just praying and hoping that I didn't gouge it. And it looks like I didn't gouge it. It's really green on this side. I'm assuming it's a large cent. It's the right size. So let me just clean this up a little bit and I'll confirm that. Okay, it is a large cent. It's a 1919. A 1919 large cent. I think that's the last year they made them in large. It's a little crusty, but what a day. What a day. I can't wait for this wrap up. This is too good to be true. This is just too good. There's another large cent. Unbelievable. Very green, a little toasty. Don't know if I'll get a date off it, but this is too good. Unbelievable. You just see 1 cent on there, I think. Yeah, it's going to be difficult to get anything off of this one. But a little work might bring up something. Unbelievable. I didn't even think that was a coin when I heard it. Incredible. Okay, here's the wrap up for the week. As you saw in the part A video and previously in this part B video, it was an absolutely incredible week for finds, important historic finds, the coins that came up, were amazing, and I'm starting to get some really good permissions. The one I was on today, I just scratched the surface and you saw what happened, so I'm going to be going back out there for sure. And who knows what I'm going to find. I'll certainly keep you posted with everything. But I'm going to start off with my lesser important relics that I found this week. I thought at first here this was some kind of a stopwatch or pocket watch, because it had that little knob on the top, but as I look at it closer, it's just all corroded with a hole in the middle. I'm not sure why it's got that knob at the, I was going to say the top, may very well be the bottom, I don't know, but there it is. It's corroded iron. I'm really not sure what it is, except it's round, it's got a hole in the middle. This here is a piece of hardware, electrical terminal, I think, of some kind, not really that important. Other stuff, there's a nice part of it, a two-piece button, but it's there's nothing on the front, but you can see at the back it's concave and looks to have some age about it. I think this is the front part of a kid's car. It could be a Tootsie car going back to the 50s, don't know, I find that interesting. A wheel bearing, I think, is what that is. I just saw the outside of it when I found it first, and I thought it was a ring, but not to be. A zipper pull. So that's it for my probably the trashy relics I'm going to throw away. And we got some important stuff, some interesting stuff. Sorry about the light. I'll fix that here. There we go. So what we got here. This, I believe, was a silver-plated fork at one time. You can still see some of the flecks of silver on it, but old, very old. It's got that look about it, and with this design, I found these before in farm fields that go back to the 1800s, so that was a nice find. Some other stuff. This just may be the mystery item of the week. No, it isn't, but I'm still interested in finding out what it is. It looks like it had another arm coming down here with a hole in it, but it broke off, don't know where. That's iron, it's all corroded, but the face of this itself is copper. Looks like a knob for maybe a cabinet or a small door of some kind. I'm guessing that's what it is, cabinet hardware. And this here is also probably cabinet hardware, but more modern. This here is just a big old hunk of, I was going to say lead, but it doesn't really look like lead. Could be copper. It doesn't stick to a magnet, but very heavy, very heavy. This here might be the relic of the week. I love this. I have no idea what it is, but it's got a hole on each end, so if you flatten that out, it might have attached to a piece of furniture, I don't know, or it might have been some kind of, I don't know, but it's got a really beautiful design on it, some silver gilt, and if anybody can help me out there, I'd really appreciate it. I really want to know what this is, so your comments are invited. This here is, well, this may be the relic of the week. This is a watch winder, solid brass. It's heavy, it's got the square hole at the end of it, and you can just imagine winding up a mantle clock or maybe even a grandfather clock with this thing. It was the way you saw in the video, me finding it and how deep it was. I haven't completely cleaned it up yet, but it's got a nice fancy design on it, and yeah, really happy with that. I'm going to do some more research on that. A little two-piece button, no writing on it. This is a big old 12 gauge shotgun shell face plate, I think it's called. But let's call this the mystery item of the week. No idea what it is. It's got this protrusion here, and it's hollow, and one side of it is just completely open. No idea what that could be, but it looks pretty old. Some other good stuff. This here, it's heavy as anything, but I believe it's a souvenir from Italy. It says, "I love Roma." Did I have this on last week's video? I don't think I did. Forgive me if I did, but it's got pictures of some of the attractions in Rome, the Colosseum, some of the other buildings, museums, churches, etc. Pretty tickled with that. This here is probably the nicest Hot Wheels car I've ever found. It looks brand spanking new. It's a Formula One racing car. Had a little dirt on it, just washed it off under running water, and there it is. Looks like it just came out of the store. All the wheels turn, and it's a beauty. I love that. Now I found this fishing weight miles away from any water. What it was doing in the field where I found it, I have no idea. But there it is. A very heavy fishing weight. This here you saw on one of my videos. I can't remember if it's part A, part B. Part A, I think. As it turns out, I think this is a tool used for cutting. It can probably cut stone. The chain part here, the braided chain part, is actually barbed and quite sharp. And I can imagine if somebody wanted to cut a stone with this thing, they probably could. Again, your comments are invited. Looks brand new, no corrosion on it whatsoever. So that's the relics for the week. Spendable coins. Here you got it. Was a banner week for spendable coins. I had $71.70 to start. I found $11 even, and wound up now with $82.70 for the year for spendable coins. Not bad. Now, talking about having a banner week, look at the pennies that I found. Pretty ridiculous. Just popped up all over the place. It's like in one field, it was like somebody had a stack of pennies and just threw them around. And I dug up every one of them. So what do we got? We got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 89 pennies for the week. That is definitely a record for 1 week. And that doesn't include the special coins that I found. First of all, here's a Jefferson nickel. I think it's a 1970, so it's not that old. A 1964 penny. I'll try and get the dates off these for you. 1957, and look at this 1943 Canadian penny. Absolutely gorgeous. Little corrosion there on the front, but you can see Gorgeous George right there on the front of that penny. And here's another one. This one I just found today. This is the last year for George on the Canadian coins. So I got the last year for King George. And then I got the first year for Queen Elizabeth on a quarter, a silver quarter, 1953. So that was historic. And there she is. Then I got a total this week. Hang on, sorry. Yeah, a total this week of 2 large cents, a 1910 and 1919 large cents, 2 silver dimes. This one I can't get a date off of. I don't think I even videotaped that one. But this one here I found today. Sorry, no, I didn't find this today. Found this earlier in the week. And I'm going to try and get that in there for you. You can just barely make out 1907 on that. And then the fish scale that I found today, they're affectionately known as fish scales. They're so tiny. I've only found one of these before. Very difficult to find because they're so small. But that's a beauty. That's a 1907. You can see King Edward there on the front. A little worn, but nevertheless a great find. So, fantastic week. Absolutely fantastic week. I'm just tickled with all of those great finds. So, yeah, got a fair amount of trash as well. I won't show you. It's underneath the underneath my desk there. Wanted to remind everyone. I'll turn you back around here. that I have that silver ingot, 1 troy ounce of silver up for the giveaway, and I'm closing in on 120 subscriptions. So if you haven't subscribed, you still got a chance to be eligible for a random draw. All my subscribers from number 81 to 120 are eligible for the silver ingot, which I will, out of my own expense, make sure you receive it. And yeah, so get in there and subscribe, and I'll probably do the draw next week, which will be kind of exciting. So stay tuned for that. Hope you all have a great week. I'm going to be getting back out digging a couple times, hopefully, after work during the week, and back to that site where I was today for sure, because there's a lot of history there to be found yet. So great chatting with you. I appreciate your support, and again, send your comments. I'll answer every one of them. Take care for now.